baby. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You're not the only one that's ever thought that, you know. It's these headphone cases been the butt, pardon the pun, it's been the butt of more than a couple of jokes in the past. But let me tell you what we're doing in this video. Today we're looking at the SIVGA Luan open back dynamic driver headphones. Let's get it. What's cracking, audio fans? It's David here from Prime Audio Reviews. So the SIVGA Luan, lovely looking case here, despite looking like an appendage of some sort. Is that even the right word? Probably not, but let's not get too distracted by it, because overall this is actually a really nice case. It's quite stunning. As long as you can sort of get that word out of your mind, you won't even notice after a while. That's what it looks like inside, pretty ordinary, but it is a really nice case. It kind of looks almost like a fairly high quality handbag or a purse of something like that. But let's not get too distracted by the case, because here are the headphones, and yeah, they look pretty sweet, don't they? Now, these are coming in at around $299. So they're not exactly entry level. They're kind of getting towards mid-tier pricing. I tell you what, as soon as you take them out of the case is lovely, but you can, as soon as you pick them up, you can sort of feel that this is a fairly premium build. They've got some heft to them, but they're not heavy, but everything feels solid. You got these lovely wooden ear cups, all aluminium headband and brackets and yokes and everything. A nice black grill on the open back ear cups there. 3.5mm connectors on the headphones. And that's what they look like inside. And something that's interesting about these ear pads, you should be able to see it there, is that they flare outwards from the ear cup. So you end up getting this pretty large surface area and a pretty darn large interior as well. So even my pretty big ears fit in there without any issues. Got this suspension headband here, and you just adjust it like so, and those sliders are quite firm, so you never have to worry about them. You know, you don't have to readjust them all the time. Once you set them to the right size, you're good to go, and you won't have to worry about it again. But overall, the build quality is very, very nice. And the cable is also pretty nice. It's very generic, but it's got nice knurling on the connectors and the termination there. It's just a simple, straightforward cable, but it handles nicely, and it does what it says on the box. All right, let's get into the sound now. And Luan's sound signature is one of balance and near neutrality. It's a mostly uncolored sound that aims to impress with its honesty rather than reshaping the original audio signal. And let's get into the bass. And these kind of redefine bass subtlety with a deliberate focus on precision and warmth. Now, those two words don't always go together, but stick with me here. These headphones definitely are not tailored for bass enthusiasts, aka bass heads. So if you want those thunderous depths, you won't find those here. But these are more for those people who kind of appreciate a refined and a controlled bass experience. In terms of quantity, these have a fairly neutral bass presentation. It avoids the exaggerated boom often found in mainstream headphones. It's a tight bass, it's well defined, and it's definitely free from any hint of bloating. And while the mid bass does take center stage over the sub bass, overall it strikes a careful balance, offering a full-bodied and warm sound without sacrificing any definition. So the bass notes it's kind of a high fidelity bass. The leading edges are sharply defined, so the bass is nicely articulated, and despite its reserved nature, quantity wise, Luan's bass still maintains an engaging musicality, and it avoids the pitfall of analytical detachment. Now for the mids, and the mid-range of the Luan is characterized by a primarily neutral tuning, accentuated by a touch of warmth that gets carried over from that bass, and this balanced approach extends not only to the tonal qualities but also to their positioning in the mix, or the positioning of the stage, if you will, offering a fairly neutral position or a neutral forwardness, so that the mids aren't really up close and intimate, yet they're not recessed and pushed back either. They're just somewhere in between. And the mid-range it's spacious and uncolored. It's got this kind of nice organic quality that contributes to a natural and clear sound. Notably, there is a welcome absence of any unnatural upper mid-range, so that means that you've got this nice, well-rounded and authentic presentation, but without any upper mid-range shoutiness. And then there is the treble, which is again neutrally tuned, and by doing that, it achieves a harmonious balance with the bass and the mid-range. While it may not reach the pinnacle of precision or resolution, it does offer a crisp and a reasonably detailed presentation. Notably, the treble maintains a non-sibilant character, so you don't have to worry about any piercing or sharpness, and this treble presence it contributes to a slightly brighter overall tonality, but that's not really due to the forwardness of the treble, but rather due to the inherent neutrality of the bass and the mid-range and the overall sound. So now on to the stage, and I'd say the stage dimensions are fairly average even for an open back headphone, but what's noteworthy is the stability of the center image. The detail retrieval falls within what I would say average range, yet where these headphones truly excel is in their impressive organic cohesiveness and their clarity. The sound signature delivers a nice spacious and airy quality, but the imaging retains a sort of deliberate lack of ultra precision in favor of a more comfortable and a cozy sound. And while the overall resolution doesn't improve substantially with a higher quality source, like a better DAC or a better amplifier for example, the advantage that Luan has, it's in its versatility. These are well suited to perform optimally even when paired with very modest sources, demonstrating their adaptability. And what I mean by that is they're quite efficient, and you can easily power these from a dongle DAC or a low powered DAP, or maybe even straight out of a phone. Oops, my plant. Comparison time. All right. Now you can see the styling of these two headphones is fairly similar. By the way, this is the SIVGA Phoenix, and it's around the same price as the Luan. It's actually like a few dollars more, I think, about $309 on AliExpress at the moment. You can see the ear cups are a little bit smaller. Not only that, the ear pads are significantly thinner on the Phoenix. Yes, these are older, but they've always had these thin ear pads. So the Luan is way more comfortable, especially during long listening sessions. Those plush ear pads really, really do improve the comfort a lot. So starting with the bass, the Phoenix stands out with this sort of robust and textured bass. It's more impactful, it's more punchy, and sort of has more depth to it. In contrast, the Luan takes a much more neutral approach, and it offers a more controlled and refined bass experience that complements a sort of more balanced sonic profile or balanced sound signature. Moving to the mid-range, the Phoenix is pretty impressive with its rich and expressive mid-range, carrying a warm coloration that contributes to a more engaging and emotive sound. Well, I won't say engaging perhaps, but more emotive sound, or romanticized, you might say. On the other hand, Luan adopts a primarily neutral mid-range, providing organic clarity that allows instruments and vocals to come a bit more to the forefront without any overemphasis. Both of these have a fairly smooth treble. However, the Phoenix has got a even smoother treble, contributing to its somewhat darker tonality. They're both pretty good in terms of detail. I would say probably the Luan comes out a little bit ahead in detail retrieval, whereas in overall resolution they are about the same. And then in terms of soundstage, again, they're fairly similar, but I think the Luan takes a slight edge over the Phoenix. It's got kind of a more spacious soundstage, a bit airier compared to the sort of warmer air that you get with the Phoenix. So both of those are pretty good. However, when you look at the overall, comfort, if comfort is an issue for you, you definitely want to consider the Luan. But if you're into sort of a heavier, punchier bass, then the Phoenix would be more to your style. And so that is the SIVGA Luan headphones. Look, these are pretty awesome. They are getting up there in the price. Look, for this kind of money, you're getting into kind of mid-range, mid-tier planar magnetic territory. Like Hi-Fi Man Sundara is just a little bit more than this. It's more than your, Biodynamic DT 770, 990, etc. I mean, heck, these are even more than the DT 900 Pro X. So yeah, they are getting up there. But if you're into aesthetics and if you're into neutrality, which the DT 900s are certainly not neutral, but yeah, if you're into neutrality, that beautiful look and super comfort. Is that even a description? Super comfort. Don't worry. Yes, I can speak English sometimes. That's the SIVGA Luan. I like it, but I think the price could afford to be a little bit lower maybe, but that's just me. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, Parfam Audiophile Style. And if you want to see more content like this in the future, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And until next time, I'll see you later.